Hello, welcome to Spread Book Joy. Today I am delighted to announce Picture This 2025, and I'm holding Pedro because one of our prompts is cats, and I'll talk about why that is in a moment, but I just thought I'd show you Pedro because he rarely wants to be on camera, and yeah, oh, there he goes. I'm Jack, this is Spread Book Joy, and today I am announcing Picture This 2025. Picture This is the readathon that I run every year with my wonderful friend Shelley Swearingen. If you haven't seen Shelley's channel, go and check out her announcement video, which will be linked in the description box below. Shelley is a wonderful, thoughtful, insightful, inspiring reader, and every year I love running this readathon with her. This is our 4th year doing it, as I've mentioned, and Shelley and I have a lot in common as readers, but one of the things that we really bonded over was our shared love of picture books. Now, we both work as teachers and we work with children, but we still enjoy reading and looking at picture books and the artistry and the beauty of picture books just for ourselves and for our own pleasure and joy. We run for the whole month of April. When we picked April 4 or 5 years ago, when we thought about this picture book readathon, we picked it because there weren't that many readathons taking place in April, but there are readathons all year round now on Booktube, and April is still quite a busy month. There are a number of readathons that would cross-pollinate quite nicely with Picture This, but Shelley and I, we want to promote beauty and artistry of the picture book, and so we need to define what we mean by picture book. When we talk about picture books, we are talking about books where illustrations play an integral part of the story. We are not talking about panelled comic books or graphic novels, though we do love those as well. We are just looking at specifically at picture books. I'm sure there are probably readathons or events that celebrate graphic novels and comic books, but this isn't one of them. This is specifically around books where pictures and text interplay and tell a story. There may be no text as well, so it could just be wordless picture books. So this is what we are aiming for, and this is what we mean when we talk about picture books. So how does Picture This work? Every year we pick 6 prompts. They are one-word prompts, and you can read one book, which covers lots of the prompts, or you can read lots of books that cover each of the prompts. It's up to you. We are very flexible on how you interpret the prompts because they are one word, and we are not strict on how you interpret it at all. We usually pick a colour or two as well. This year we have decided, because we are quite sad about running Picture This year, because one of the biggest supporters and participants in Picture This, one of the most enthusiastic participants, was our lovely friend Alice. Alice was a booktuber. Alice and the Giant Bookshelf was her channel. If you don't know of Alice, but I suspect a lot of you who watch me watched Alice. I will link her, we've linked videos in the description box below that Alice did around Picture This, and Alice passed away last year and we were devastated. Personally, it was a huge shock and loss for me because I spoke to Alice every day and she was one of the most amazing people, and books, particularly picture books, are one of the things that she and I would chat about a lot. And she came on to a live show last year when we did Picture This. She's like, from the very first Picture This, she had been like promoting it, taking part in it, loving the readathon. And so last year we invited her, along with Dia from Novel Idea and Lindy from Lindy's Magpie Reads, to take part in a live discussion at the end of Picture This, which she did, where we talked about why we as adults read picture books. And Alice came along to that and was just so insightful and just so lovely and open about why she reads picture books, why she loves them. And yeah, we're just going to miss her immensely this year. So we were feeling a bit melancholy about running the readathon without Alice, so we decided that we would use this year's prompts to honour our wonderful friend and to just remember her and remember the things she loved. So before I get emotional, this year's prompts are Alice, mystery, dark, cats, giant and blue. Those are the 6 prompts that we chose. So I'll talk to you about each of them and you can interpret them however you want, but some suggestions as well and some reasons behind why we picked them. We picked Alice for obvious reasons. We picked a name prompt. We thought it would be quite interesting to pick her name because our lovely friend Ben over at Ben Reads Good, he did Read Good Challenge, where he picked Anne, the name Anne, and asked us to read books by an author called Anne, and that was actually really lots of fun. So we thought you could either pick a book with a character called Alice, or by an author or illustrator called Alice, or a variation of Alice, like you could have Ali or Alison. But you could also, if you remember Alice and you maybe go and check out some of her picture book videos, you could pick something that reminds you of Alice. The prompt mystery was picked because Alice loved mysteries, and if you want some brilliant content around Agatha Christie, Sherlock Holmes, mysteries, crime, thrillers, that kind of thing, you must check out Alice's channel. She does these brilliant reader's guides to Sherlock Holmes, Agatha Christie, Jack Reacher, she was a big fan of, and things like that, which doesn't really fit in with the mystery prompt, but go and check out Alice's reader's guides. She was such an expert, particularly in Agatha Christie, and she loved Poirot, was her favourite detective from Agatha Christie, and she was just so enthusiastic about mysteries. So that is why mystery is a prompt. Prompt dark comes from the fact that she loved the author-illustrator John Classon. John Classon's books are typically decorated in a very dark style. We've got lots of black, and he also has a lot of dark humour. So yeah, we picked the prompt dark because she loved this author-illustrator, and actually this is author is one that I always think about Alice whenever I read his books, and he's one of my favourites as well because we talked at length about John Classon and our love for his irreverent, surreal, funny and just wonderful artwork. So yeah, dark is for that. You don't have to read the work of John Classon, though he does have a book called The Dark, and he has a lot of dark images and humour in his books, but you could just pick whatever you like for that prompt. But that is why we picked it. We picked the prompt cats because Alice loved her cat Harry, and if I've got any pictures or any footage of him, I'll put it up here. But Harry was just such a joy for Alice, and she loved cats, and she had some recommendations for picture books on cats, which I have ordered that I'm going to read for Picture This, and I'll put them in my suggestions video that is going to be coming out closer to the month of April. Yes, so cats is one of the prompts. The other prompts are giant and blue. Giant for her giant bookshelf. You can think about fairy tale giants, or just think about big things or giant things in general, or giant ideas, whatever you want to do to interpret it, but that's for her giant bookshelf. The last prompt is blue. We always pick a colour prompt, and so this year we've gone with blue because this is Alice's saying that she used to say at the start of her videos, I have way too many books. Alice's favourite colour, or one of them at least, was blue because we had a discussion about it a few years back, and she loved the colour blue. So we've put together also a set of bookmarks that we are selling in her name. Well, my lovely friend Charlie did it. Charlie designed them. Charlie put up an Etsy shop together, and she's selling these bookmarks. All proceeds go to the Book Trust in Alice's memory. So if you want to buy any of those, I'll link Charlie's shop in the description box below as well. And yeah, all proceeds, like I said, go to the Book Trust in Alice's name. So yeah, that's our final prompt. We do have a bonus prompt, which is an illustrator author deep dive. Shelley and I both love to find favourite author illustrators, discover new ones, and when we discover a new one, if they have a back catalogue of work, we like to do what we call a deep dive into their work, just looking at all of their collected books, work, and just creating content around that. If you are a creator or a content creator and you're taking part and you do want to post any content around Picture This, we'd love to see it. We always add everything to Picture This playlist. So if you use the hashtag Picture This 2025 and tag myself and Shelley in your video, we will come along and watch it and we'll add it to our playlist. If you have never taken part in Picture This, why not give it a go? You won't lose much time taking part in a picture book readathon. I'm going to put out a video soon where I have lots of suggestions for prompts for books that I love. Last year I put together a playlist of 30 picture books in 30 days, and I will leave a link to that in the description box below if you want any inspiration. I hope you're going to take part. If you are, let me know in the comments below. If you're not sure what to say, maybe leave me a cat emoji or an emoji that represents one of the prompts that we have created for our lovely friend Alice, and hopefully I'll see you again here soon. Bye!